Dax joins us now from the Los Angeles TMZ newsroom. And Dax, I'm pretty sure you know where we're going. First thing this morning, we're going to Venice. George Clooney's wedding, go.
Yeah, obviously it was the talk of the entire weekend. George Clooney tying the knot with them all. You know, they started dating last October, so that went pretty quick. They jumped into it and they got hitched, and a lot of famous people attended the wedding over in Venice, Italy over the weekend. Bono was there, and Matt Damon, and Cindy Crawford and her husband Randy Gerber, and the list goes on and on and on. But it sounds like it was a very fancy event. It was at a luxury resort there on the canal. We know that the former mayor of Venice actually did the ceremony, and it was an amazing event. We did find out a lot of details. One cool thing was apparently George would hand out a cell phone to all of his guests, and these were kind of like throwaway cell phones, but they were the ticket to all the events that he was having throughout the weekend. It was their way to get into dinners, it was their way to get into breakfast, and it was also a way to keep his guests from taking photos and being able to distribute those in any manner. So he basically said, you can bring your own cell phones, but you're going to have to leave them with the kiosk, and don't bring them into any events. We don't want our photos out there. So apparently he doesn't trust his guests to not release any photos.
Now, what do you think would have been the worst that could happen if some of those photos got out? Why is this the trend with celebrity gatherings lately?
Well, a lot of times, you know, he may have a deal to be on the cover of People magazine. He doesn't want to ruin that deal. On another hand, you know, Amal is not a celebrity, and so her side of the family maybe isn't used to the celebrity world, and so there's a chance that maybe he was going, hey, Amal, maybe I don't trust your side of the family not to release these photos, because it's a lot of celebs all in one place having a good time, drinking, and probably letting loose because they think that they are in a comfortable situation where they're not going to get their photograph taken.
That makes sense. Dax, I know I'm not Harvey, but I'd like to give you and the TMZers an assignment this morning. I want to know where all of George Clooney's exes were this weekend and what they were doing while they weren't marrying George Clooney.
Right, crying.
I'll bet that's what they were doing. Well, J-Lo wasn't crying yesterday. She did have a little bit of a run-in with a drunk driver in Los Angeles. What happened there?
Yeah, so it sounds like her and Leah Remini were out on Pacific Coast Highway over the weekend, and they were stopped at a red light, got rear-ended. It sounds like kind of a minor fender bender, but either way, I guess they got out to exchange information, and the person that was driving the truck behind them got in the car and just took off. Well, cops ended up catching up with the person, saying that they realized that there was some booze on their breath, and ended up arresting them, taking them in, and it looks like a possible DUI on their hands. So everyone's fine. J-Lo's fine, Leah's fine, and actually J-Lo's kids were in the backseat of the car. They are also fine, but must have been a little scary situation for them.
A little bit, but that must not have been too shaken up, though, because she did post a selfie, I think, right before or after it happened. So with some interesting hashtags there, too.
There you go.
All right, thanks so much for those headlines this morning. Straight from Hollywood, Dax, we appreciate it on this Monday morning. Have a great week.
You too.